Hey, hi kids, how's it going? Hey, you got us on our Halloween show. It's not Halloween yet, it's week before Halloween, couple days. Got on my shirt. We got it. We got everything set up. I even got an early Halloween present. The biggest Tootsie Roll you'll ever see. Okay, anyway, I'll hide that from you. But it's gonna be a really good show today, folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got fading from the. We may not even be playing anymore. But anyway, we're gonna be kind of going on. We're gonna talk about a couple of things. This is a very interesting weekend. So let's, without any failure of time here, it is the off night, and it is time to talk to Mark Sweetman, your host.
All right. Thank you very much, Andy. Good to see you again. How was your week?
Yes. It's been pretty good. Very, very eventful. A lot of stuff. I saw my first gun. Did I tell you about this?
Your first gun?
Yeah. I was
You mean a firearm?
Driving my Uber.
Yeah.
I saw my first gun. Not at
okay,
me, but it was in a situation. It was a family sort of get together, and there was kind of a confrontation. Somebody had a Glock, so it was very interesting. I wasn't involved. I was just sort of observing. That was it. But it was my first gun, so I picked up these two kids.
Your first gun driving.
My first gun, I've seen guns
driving
before, but my first gun is a driver, and I'm sitting there and somebody's pulling out a gun. Okay. It wasn't pointed at me.
Okay. All right.
It was like.
Okay. Now it's a story. Now it's a story about something completely different than how could you have not seen a gun until now? But now that you have explained that it's your first gun driving professionally, now it's a different story. Now, were you at any time? Were you at night? Were you at any time threatened?
Not me personally. However, yes, I was threatened by the guy getting in the car. He was very intoxicated. The only reason I took him is his companion, the small girl. She's about 18, 19, but she's like small and diminutive. Very not so tall. But she was controlling him. So, how that happens is sort of like, you can't have open intoxicants. I have my cup. Leave my cup alone. I said, no, I need the cup, please. There's no alcohol. The woman comes there. No, it's an Uber. It's an Uber. It's not your regular car. It's an Uber. For God's sake, just get inside. Okay, Well, that was the first part of the journey.
And now you hadn't, at this point, when you're talking to him like that, you had not seen the gun yet, I'm guessing.
No. We went on a journey up to Canton.
I bet the tone changed a lot when you saw the gun.
Yeah, see, I should have learned something. Picking up people in after hours in Taylor leads to this. Okay, that's what I'm saying. No pickups in Taylor after hours.
Actually, in Taylor, the term after hours is a little bit expanded to a few more hours than those after hours for Taylor.
Yeah, it's sort of like there's a time warp there that doesn't apply to anywhere else. So anyway,
yes, that's right.
But anyway, I grabbed a couple from there. We were escorting up. Then she said, I want to get him to sleep. Turn off the lights. No, I'm not turning off the lights. I got lights in the back. I got to be able to see. So she hands him a camera and a telephone, and he immediately falls asleep. He says, but before he said that, can I vape in here? I said, no. Man, you can't do anything in this car. Anyway, we get to the location. He's actually going to his mom's house. And he's trying to roll down the window to throw out the vape or whatever he had on him. He's trying to throw it out the window because he's going to see his mom, Okay. So I get to the place, and the mom comes out with this young lady in tow, and they start arguing right from the beginning. No, not she's not the one. And the lady that came out with the mom started to grab the little girl that came out with a guy and started to try and to hit her, and the guy intervened, saying it wasn't her. So I didn't know. Okay. And then after they start talking, everything's kind of going, okay, we'll go inside. And I thought the girl didn't want to go. I didn't want to talk to the mother because she wanted to be yelled at. I thought she was going to go back. That's why I stayed. And then the girl that came out with the mother pulled out a large Glock
Oh,
and then
jeez.
well, put it on the sign. It's like, yeah. I think that's the signal for me to go. If I could have peeled out in a van, I would have. But it's a van, man. You just can't peel out in a van. It's just not physically possible.
That's right.
But that was my experience.
What a great! I love when you come with stories. This is one of my favorite parts. Can you hear that airplane going over?
Yeah.
The kids live right by the Burbank airport, and about this at the end of the business day, and about from 7:30 to 9, it's nothing but airplanes going over.
Is that the John Wayne Airport?
No, John Wayne's down in Orange County. This is the Burbank Hollywood Airport. I think they named it after somebody, but nobody calls it that. I can't remember what the name is.
Oh.
Nobody calls it whatever the name is.
Nobody calls it the name that was given. You got it. Okay.
Exactly. It's like if they ever named Detroit Metro something else, like after a person or a corporation or something, we don't call it Metro. Some people still call Comerica Park Tiger Stadium.
Tiger Stadium. Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, we keep going to the same spot. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's get Susan out here and let's get our show rolling.
Sure, get the play rolling.
And we start every show with a wonderful poet in our midst. She's also a stand-up comedian.
Hello.
Oh, there she is. And my wife. There's Susan Salisbury.
Howdy.
Looking great. Your hair
Let's
looks great.
do the time warp again.
Okay, I can put you right up if you're ready to go. I can put you right up. Are you ready to go?
Sure, I can give you your poem.
This week's poem. Here we go.
Here's your poem. 10,000 North Korean troops are bound for Ukraine. Feels to me like our planet is going insane. Harris versus Trump, we're down to the wire. 8 days to go. Which candidate do you admire? In the World Series, Dodgers are ahead 2 games to none. Game 3 tonight at Yankee Stadium should be fun. If you're tuned into the off night instead of the game, that's okay. These jokers have balls, just not the same.
Huh.
Hello.
Hello.
That's your poem.
Hello. Thank you very much.
Happy Halloween.
Oh.
I'll send you. Do you want me to? Do you need me to send you a link to the game, Susan?
Yeah, the official real login network service. Yes.
Well, okay, I tell you what. Go to YouTube history. Hold on. Go to YouTube history. I'm sorry. Go to our special. Go to our special site and look up the official unofficial.
Gotcha.
Go there and go to A2. You're looking for A2, and then text me if it goes out.
All right.
We're off the air. I'll explain to all the other guys. Now you want to
bring everybody else in so I can say hello.
Right. From New York City, probably not on right now because he's watching the game. He's watching the Yankees. I don't even know. He's a national.
I have no interest in the World Series.
Live from New York City.
He's a national.
No interest in the World Series.
Oh, let's get Jason out here because as long as we're talking baseball, I read a story today about Verlander coming back to the Tigers. If he'll come back for like little money just to close out his career there and act as sort of like a mentor to all the young, because all of our pitchers just started pitching 6 months ago. It seems like
it'd be great.
We had all these. The Tigers this year. The Tigers this year were a general manager's dream because they sold off at the trade deadline. They sold all their big contract, all the guys that their contracts are ending, and let's bring all the guys up from Toledo's AAA team and let them play. And damned if they didn't make the playoffs. That's like a general manager's dream.
They wanted it.
Is Verlander bringing his wife?
Oh, well, she's from Michigan. He should.
Yeah.
Was that Fred Upton's daughter?
They didn't consult with us, so.
Yeah.
Well, she's a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
Yeah.
I think he still keeps pitching, so she can still do swimsuit issues.
In fact,
so.
if you guys want, I can put on the.
Did you see her? Did you see her do weightlessness in inside the airplane?
What did she do?
In a bikini.
Oh, did she do one of those flights to the atmosphere?
Yeah, she did a parabola flight, so she was
I can see her right now.
Yeah. No, it was.
Well, I hate these opening.
They got. That's what I can say.
Does anybody else have the game on? They got some rapper hopping around pitcher's mound here.
What a thrill!
That's the problem. That's the problem when New York plays. That's the problem when New York plays LA in the World Series. You got to do the Biggie Tupac feud all over again. You know.
Yeah. What a thrill for the people paying $1,500 a ticket. Oh, here's a guy 9 years old. Rap on, brother.
Do you have your Halloween costumes? I was thinking of being that Australian break dancer. For Halloween.
Oh, that's perfect.
I can do her moves.
Everybody can do her moves.
I'm either going to be John Wayne from The Conqueror or Harry Reams. I'm not sure which yet.
I'm going to Halloween with no clothes on, walking in backwards with a yellow pillow as a Parker House roll.
I'm going as Burl Ives as a great pumpkin.
Okay.
Oh, very good. I like that.
I do too.
And you, Mark, what is your costume?
This is
moving guy.
Moving guy. I moved solar panels. I didn't realize. I don't know if he's selling them or for bringing them home, but Gabe's got solar panels out on his back. He's got they have on the living room here, that patio outside. He's got one in his bedroom, and he had solar panels out there. I've never really examined his bedroom that much, but
oh my God, is that's John Wayne in the movie where everybody died of cancer?
Yeah. They shot a film in the middle of like $1 billion of fallout.
That's Genghis. That's where he played Genghis Khan. What movie did he play Genghis Khan in?
The Conqueror, one of the worst movies ever made. And Sam is correct. It was filmed after the shot that was known as Dirty Harry, a 74 kiloton shot that they ended up scooping up a bunch of earth to take it back to the studio for continuity purposes. And 2/3 of the cast dies of cancer, along with a good number of people downwind of the shot in Utah.
Wow. Wow.
Just little trivia there.
Was from where they had tested the nuclear weapon.
That's right.
Nothing is funnier. This is the second funniest costume I've ever seen on an actor. The funniest, if you knew anything about him, was George Sanders playing a biblical character in Solomon and Sheba.
Oh my God!
And he should have had on his head, "How ridiculous do I look? How ridiculous do I feel?" But the best thing about that movie was there was an orgy scene with Gina Lollobrigida.
Oh, wow.
And somebody in the audience kept saying, "Will the young man with glasses in the front row stop breathing heavily?" That was me.
Now I'll have to rewatch that film.
Not for my sake. Now, give me 2 minutes and I will talk about the Washington game.
I want to hear about the Washington. I'm going to call. Hey,
so here's
Sam,
here's
I know you
happened.
hate this, but I'm going to call him the commander. All right.
I don't care. They won. So with 2.5 minutes left, or less a minute left. Actually, a minute left. The Bears were winning the game, 12-13. Something. Yeah, is that right? No. Let me see. 15. 9.
No, it was 12
to 9.
12 to 9.
It
was 12 to 9. Yeah,
it had to be 12
the final
to 9.
score was 15-12.
Right.
Yeah.
So they kick off to Washington. Washington has like a minute left. They get the ball, and they get it, and somebody on the Bears, because they're geniuses, committed a personal foul. So they get the ball up at like the 40-yard line. And here comes the Follies. The Washington is allowed to, and let me say this, allowed to, okay, with less than 30 seconds left, get the ball to like the 48-yard line, out of bounds. So there's now a timeout with like 12 seconds left. And Washington gets the ball, and instead of rushing 5 people to keep the quarterback for Washington contained, all right, they rush 3 people. So they allow
keep
this
everybody
great
back
young
at the goal, right?
This great young quarterback to scramble around, because now it doesn't matter. You know, he can scramble for 30 seconds as long as he keeps the ball and doesn't get tackled. And he's running around and he's running around, and all of this. And before I'm sorry, before any of this, a cornerback for the for the Bears starts taunting the fans. Tyreek, what was his name? Tyreek, I can't remember his name. But he starts taunting.
For the Bears?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he starts taunting the Washington fans. Now, and he's not ready for the kickoff. You know, he's not ready now to get the game going. He's like, oh shit, I should get over here. So he runs over, and then he runs over, and the Washington quarterback is now running around, scrambling around, and he lets loose with the ball, and he throws it like 45 yards downfield. Now, what are you supposed to do if it's a Hail Mary, which I think you all know means I'm throwing it up and God, please somebody from my team catch it?
Knock it down.
Bat the ball down.
Yes.
Not up, down. Bat the ball down. Okay?
No. Yep. Bat the ball down. Yep.
Right. What happens? They bat the ball up.
They bat it up. Yep.
And the ball is caught, and I swear to God this is true. I could have caught that goddamn ball. Okay? Because it was like, look what the hell I found.
There was nobody else on that guy.
And Washington wins the game with no time left.
Wow.
Now, the 3 big mistakes in this game, I don't count the guy taunting the fans. That was just, stupidity. Was allowing Washington to throw a pass to the sidelines. They get to the sidelines, and now they have another timeout.
Yeah.
So now they have more time to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And then this kid for Washington throws the ball, and they bat the ball up. And Brown for Washington catches the ball. And the thing that was amazing about him was he didn't have a heart attack. He didn't slam the ball. He didn't spike the ball. He just caught it and went, oh, look what I got. He never, yelled or screamed. He was happy. The crowd went batshit because Washington, see, you had a great team last year. You had a pretty goddamn good team last year. Had nothing. Nothing. Okay. So they had this, so they won this game. I have not seen Washington's football fans that happy, or hoppy if you prefer, in 25 years.
Wow.
In 25 years. Nothing close to it. Nothing.
Well, they had their moment.
But here's the thing. It's all they were talking about on sports TV, because that game conceivably, I don't think it will, but conceivably could cost the Bears coach's job and a couple of the players their jobs.
We'll have a moment of silence for the Bears coach, of course.
But here's the thing that's even worse than the Bears. They were on a streak. They were doing great.
They were doing great. They were only a couple games out of first place.
And now you've got a division where the Lions are doing better than the Bears. Mm-hmm. The Vikings are doing better than the Bears. And this game probably put a metaphorical foot up their ass, because Washington has a better record. Obviously, Detroit clearly has a better record. Mm-hmm. Minnesota has a better record. And I'm watching the coach. I'm watching the coach for the Bears defend what he did. No.
Sounds like there's no defense.
No.
I'm going to go, guys.
See you soon.
Yeah,
Thanks for the poem.
It was so much fun to watch, though. Oh, my God. Oh. And of course, I
you know
was
what?
so
At the end of the season, we're going to be remembering when Washington gets in by one game and the Bears are eliminated because of one game. It's going to be
this
that game
could,
we'll all remember.
but this game could send the Bears into a tailspin.
We can only hope.
Oh, that's possible too.
And I felt
Caleb.
bad for the
Caleb is.
I felt bad for Caleb
is the name of the
Williams.
quarterback.
That's what I felt bad for, Caleb Williams,
Well,
because some of the guys on Washington's coaching staff wanted to draft Caleb Williams, Heisman Trophy winner, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
But the owner
Doesn't
of
he
the
have
team,
a Washington connection of some kind?
He's from Washington.
No, that's what I thought.
He's from DC. But the owner of the team said, no, we're drafting this kid from LSU. Oh no, absolutely not. And that's what That's what happened. I mean, it was kind of like the entire Bears team.
They didn't have the.
I'm sorry.
They didn't have the choice to get Caleb. He was taken. They didn't have the choice. He was taken before their pick came up, so they couldn't have gotten Caleb Williams.
I mean, it was like the entire Bears team had Louis' body dementia.
Oh, well, it's just unusual to see Detroit off to the best start that's ever happened in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Since before I was born.
But the entire time I'm watching the game, all I'm thinking is, I can't believe Detroit has this fucking good a team. Jesus Christ.
Hey, hats off
What's it?
Ford.
I'm watching your score. It's like 42 to 14, 49 to 14, 52.
You could say everything.
You want what's the really interesting stats? Our offense was under 100 yards. Our
80 yards.
Offense,
80 yards.
That was it. And their defense was actually holding our offense.
Our defense and our special teams were making all that up.
That's what I'm saying. Their defense was holding our offense. I mean,
and that's with your best defensive player out for the year.
Yeah.
Well, Susan Ford, the nominal.
We lost both of our edge rushers. Both of our defensive ends are out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you remember. I remember when your coach Campbell, is that his name, Campbell?
Yes.
Yeah.
When he first came to the team, a lot of the league is going, this guy's out of his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
That's what they thought.
He's like talking like a crazy person.
They
ain't saying it no more. They
what
ain't saying
Jason
it no
is trying
more.
to say, Susan Ford.
Yeah, she got the right people and got out of the way. That's why
Sheila
she's
Ford.
a better GM than
Sheila
That's what happened when
Ford.
Washington was good, consistently good. That's what they did. Jack Kent Cook, I told you this. He hired Bobby Beathard, a Hall of Fame GM, Joe Gibbs, a Hall of Fame coach. Tell me what you need.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, I'm just going to step out of the way.
That's right. And then, of course, Washington then had Dan Snyder. Now, imagine if Sam Greenfield was a billionaire. I mean, imagine if I was a billionaire. Okay, you got that? All right.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm from
That's
DC.
a lot of imagination there, but go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
shut up. And so now I want to own the team. Okay, and I'm from DC, just like the guy Dan Snyder, right? What would I do? I would hire a football consultant, and I'd say, who do you think should coach this team? Okay, I wouldn't have a glass of wine with friends of mine at an exclusive restaurant. Kiss my ass for an hour and tell me what I want to hear. Now I've done that. That was with the girl. I've done that, but that was with the girl in Vegas. So that's a whole different thing.
There you go.
That's the way
whole different
thing. Used to run the Lions. Russ Thomas was his golfing buddy and his drinking buddy, and that's how the Lions were run for generations.
Yeah.
And Sheila Ford, like I say, she has the intelligence and the grit to know how to hire the right couple of people, step back, and let it just get done. And look what happens. We should do more of this sort of thing. Hell, I mean, of course, does anyone remember how Georgia Frontieri ended up owning? Was it the Rams?
Yes.
Her husband.
She married She married Carol Rosenblum.
Yeah.
What kind of name was that for a male Jew? Anyway, she married Carol Rosenblum, who mysteriously drowned.
Goes for a drowning. I'm swimming.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Guy 60 years old, smokes 2 packs a day, drowns while swimming. Oh, sure. He went out for a quarter-mile dip in the ocean. Yeah. That makes, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. The Jewish Johnny Weissmuller. Yeah. Here you go, honey.
And the chick with the Italian last name ends up winning the team. Yeah. Who knew? Whatever.
Yeah, with her chauffeur, Rico.
Rico.
Yeah, it's just like Doris Duke running over one of her paramours with his rental car, but it was an accident, of course.
Yeah, of course all cars go into the water by accident.
Well, you could ask Bob. You could ask Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law if you had a Ouija board
on your
in the
screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just me.
You got something.
Do you guys remember Fanny Fox?
We do.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. The Tidal Basin bombshell.
Yeah.
And don't forget Cat Food.
My favorite thing about her was the Republicans had a congressman who was very
Dodgers
powerful.
2-0.
Was it Earl Butts?
Dodgers 2-0.
It wasn't Earl Butts. It was a guy. He was from Texas. Anyway, after the car crashed, the joke was that the Secret Service threw a cordon around this place where the guy drinks.
Oh dear. Well,
the Dodgers are up 2-0.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman hit another 2-run homer with.
Well, allow me to now invoke the World Series Kaddish.
Your wife asleep?
Because it's over.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Because for reasons that escape me, what's his name? Judge can't hit in the series, in the playoffs.
Oh.
Well, you're just experiencing what happened to the
We had
Tigers.
We had a guy like that named Miguel Cabrera. He never had any good series.
Yeah, but he didn't hit 52 home runs.
When we were in the World Series.
We went World Series twice with the same guys, and they went out in 4. You know,
guys, I'm still heartbroken from '72 when the Oakland A's eliminated us. What would it have been? The pennant back then, or a divisional?
The pennant.
American League. It was the American League Championship Series. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, when
Oakland A's beat us 3 games to 2, and we were ahead 2 games to 1, just like we did with
the greatest. Yeah, I mean, when the Oakland A's were the villains of professional baseball, and we had Billy Martin as our manager.
Not good.
Oh, I don't know, man. Billy Martin was fun. I mean, if nothing else, the guy was amusing. After that, we went to Ralph.
He won wherever he went.
There you go.
He took the Twins to the playoffs. He took the Tigers to the playoffs. He took the Yankees to the World Series.
I mean, again, not a sweet. I don't know that I would have gone drinking with the man, but whatever. He ended up. Didn't he end up going down the Princess Grace ravine and finding his vehicle the next day or something like that?
To whom are you referring?
I don't remember.
Billy Martin.
Oh, no, you know my joke about him. The only manager to die sliding into home.
Wow.
You're going to hell for that, Sam, but it's a funny joke.
Thanks.
No,
I remember, you know the guy who invented the high five.
I remember there's a story about that. I don't remember.
He's gay. He was gay.
Really?
Glenn Burke.
The gay player.
The gay
Glenn
player,
Burke, yep.
Right. And once Billy Martin found out he was gay, he kicked him off the team.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because Billy said, no, and I quote, no faggot is going to come on my team.
No,
well, but that was his dream to come on your team. Don't you get it?
About to say, would you like to rephrase that, Manager Martin? Would you like to?
Hey, Jason,
yes, sir.
Do you have arsenic and lace for a backdrop?
No, but I think I probably should. That's what. What's his name? That Cary Grant and who are the women in that?
Oh, no one remembers their names.
No,
but
they were in the actual
Remember,
play.
Boris Karloff was in it.
Boris Karloff.
Wasn't it like, is it 2 or 3 old ladies in that movie? Gosh, I haven't seen Arsenic and Old Lake.
Those are 2 old ladies. 2 old ladies. With Cary Grant. Yes, God. I'm sorry. Look. Please.
How come these girls are dead? Somebody answer me.
What? I don't understand. What?
I still love Cary Grant from North by Northwest when he busts into that girl's room while he's on the run, and she looks at him and was about to scream, and then she pants a little bit, and he looks at her and just wags a finger and says, I mean,
my favorite thing for Cary Grant was when he's talking to Leo G. Carroll.
Yes.
And he says, he was wearing a blue suit and it was covered with dandruff.
He was wearing a blue suit. It was covered with dandruff.
Dandruff.
Oh,
and also,
all right, you ready? Are you ready for the cast?
Yes.
For Arsenic and Old Lace.
All right.
Cary Grant.
All right.
Peter Lorre.
Okay.
Gina Dare. Priscilla Lane. Josephine Hall. Raymond Massey.
That's an old broad.
Raymond Massey.
John Alexander. Edward Everett.
Edward Everett Horton.
Jack. Oh, is it Everett? Oh, yeah. They cut the name short on because I'm looking at it on my phone, so the names get cut short. Jack Carson, James Gleason, Grant Mitchell, Gary Owen was the taxi driver.
Annette Funicello.
Yeah. John Ridgely, Chester Clute, Edward McNamara, Hank Mann, Leo White,
Tennessee Ernie Ford,
Spencer Charters, Lee Phelps, Vaughn Glazer.
Hello, it's me, it's Dr. Einstein. Please. Oh, no.
Charles
Johnny,
Lane.
not that one. Johnny, no, not the Melbourne method, please. Yes, I think the Melbourne method would be the way we do it, yes.
You've got to help me. They're coming for me, the Nazis. Please.
Help me, please. I'm sorry, I can't. I stuck my neck out for nobody.
Barbara Jean Long.
Yes. You have the documents? Yes.
Oh, my God.
Letters of transit.
What was that guy's name from Casablanca? Sidney Greenstreet.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, when I was a little boy, my mother took me to a festival, and it was one of the movies was Casablanca. And I'll never forget this. My father went. My father didn't go to many movies because he'd lost sight in one of his eyes. So, it was hard for him. He left that movie, and he looks at my mother and says, if that guy Greenstein ain't a Jew, I'm a midget.
Yes.
Who the hell names himself Sidney Greenstreet? Oh, yeah. No one will notice.
Yes, no one knows. Oh, yes. I like a man who likes to talk. I like a talking man who likes to talk. Yes.
I'd like to buy the services of your piano player. Yes.
I'd like the services of your piano player. Yes. Look.
Now, the guy who actually played the piano in that, his name was Howard Cunningham.
Oh, wow.
Because it wasn't Dooley Wilson.
Okay. Huh. It was Dooley had the picture. Dooley Wilson.
Hey, as long as we're talking about high fives and Hail Mary passes, who's the first one that named the Hail Mary?
Roger Staubach?
No, named it. Who named the Hail Mary?
Haywood Hale Broon.
I mean,
who was the coach? Who was the coach of the Irish back in the old days when they had the
Ara Parsegian?
Ara Parsegian?
Yeah, that's about the one that I can.
Who named the Hail Mary pass? Roger Staubach. He popularized the term after a game-winning touchdown.
I got that right?
Yes.
Wow. He gets it.
He said, I closed my eyes and said a Hail Mary.
and he threw it to Drew
I didn't even
Pearson.
know. That's right, he did.
Here's a great anecdote for you. I'll be the judge of that, said everyone else. But anyway, here's a great story. Roger Staubach took a shot to the ribs and had to leave the game. This is Washington, playing Washington. And comes a guy named Clint Longley. Okay? Clint Longley won that game for the Cowboys over Washington. Okay? Won that game. Became a big celebrity in Dallas. Now, the next year, Clint Longley comes back to the training camp, and of course Roger Staubach, who was a Hall of Famer, was going to be the starting quarterback. Clint Longley had a different idea, and Staubach, it was nothing if not humble, but he also knew he was the starting quarterback. And Clint Longley had what we call in my neighborhood a case of the ass. Okay.
Now, wait a minute. He was the backup quarterback.
And when Staubach got injured, he took over for that one game.
Who was the backup? Yeah, who was the backup that was also their punter? At one time, they had a backup quarterback that was also their punter.
I can't remember.
No, Blandon used to do that, but I don't know if that would have been him.
No, he was the place kicker.
No, Clint Longley he was just a quarterback.
Okay.
So one day during training camp, he starts mouthing off to Staubach. And one of the things you don't do is mouth off to Staubach in training camp in Dallas. It's just not done. No. And Staubach was not a guy like, hey, you punk kid. That's not what he was like. But you weren't going to do that to him.
Well, he was a naval officer.
They had words. Yeah. And the words led to a confrontation behind the clubhouse. And Longley punched Roger Staubach, which is kind of like a nun cold cocking Mother Teresa. Although I heard that Mother Teresa was close with the Duvalier, so the bitch had it coming. But
Danny White was the Cowboys quarterback who was also their punter.
He also, what else he did?
Do you remember that?
Danny White.
What?
You'll never see Danny White at a reunion of Dallas Cowboys. You know why? Because when the league went on strike, Danny White went to union meetings and pimped back to the owners.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. That would have been what, 82? The 82 or 83?
83.
What happened to the guy who punched Roger Staubach? What happened to him?
You can see him at a Dairy Queen.
Somewhere in the Panhandle.
Hey, listen, laugh if you want. That is one fry cooking motherfucker.
The way he throws those chickens into the bed,
And some of them are alive, sadistic bastard. Yeah, no, he got cut. I mean, when I say he got cut, I mean like you're cut. What? Huh? Yeah.
Wow. And never to be heard from again. That's bad.
I saw something really sweet. The quarterback for Washington, our hero, our savior.
Yeah. Daniels.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Before the game yesterday, he was playing catch with some of the little kids.
Oh.
But the really touching part was, if you can't catch the fucking ball, kid, go back and sit in the stands. That warmed my heart. That to me. That's just me. But and the other thing he did, I saw this the other day. A friend of mine called me and left me this note. He goes, my wife and I decided not to have kids. It's going to crush our twins.
Jason, what's happening on your screen there?
I'm getting a flicker. I'm working on it. We're getting rid of it here.
Yeah, who's the chick?
Pam Grier.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's this chick. There you go.
I'd like to say
remember that
word about her outfit. Hubba hubba.
Tell me.
That's because I'm in the scene. That's why we're getting the flicker. And if we do it just right, it looks like I have the afro, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there you go. Something like that. There you go. Well, enough of me.
That's pretty good.
That is.
Hey guys, I'm on the verge of purchasing yet another iPad. This one a fairly high-powered unit, and it'll actually be a little bit bigger than yours because I need something that could. I mean, I can't be. The size matters to me.
Size matters, I guess.
Yeah, but it will allow
What?
me to act. Yeah, it will allow me to actually do some engineering, and I think I might be able to help out with some of the.
I was watching an All in the Family,
Mm-hmm.
and a friend of Edith's is marrying this girl who's supposed to be Jewish. And Archie goes, she ain't marrying that guy. What do you mean? That guy's a Jew. Well, she doesn't have any prejudice. That's not what I'm talking about. He's a mechanic. Those girls don't marry mechanics. They marry your doctors, your dentists, your lawyers. Are you out of your mind?
Oh God!
He ain't marrying her. What are you, nuts?
They married doctors.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, at any rate, yeah, just. Oh dear. Well, hold on. Let's go back to this. There we go. There's an outfit for you. Which later on, I think they sold the outfits to the early development team for Star Trek and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, so they had an appropriate stock of costumes to draw upon, and other Time Tunnel. There was a show that needed lots of cheap costumes.
Oh yeah, I love the Time Tunnel. That was
Who
my
didn't
favorite.
love the Time Tunnel?
I have a T-shirt for the Time Tunnel.
No, that they don't
Speaking
last
of time tunnels,
yeah.
I'd like to say a nice word about S.E. Cup.
Oh, really?
Oh, what did she do? What did she do?
She's hotter than strontium 90.
Yeah. John Wayne thanks you from beyond the grave for the strontium 90.
For the notice, yes.
Yeah, for the strontium 90 plug. Well, I don't know if this one might, this is Barbarella, but it might be a little too much. That's hold on, I don't want to. Well, I mean, she's wearing a thingy, but it's not thingying quite enough. Yeah.
What was the name of the girl who?
That's Jane Fonda. I got my Time Tunnel T-shirt.
What was the name of the girl who was in the movie Butterfly with Stacy Keach? She married the Israeli industrialist Michelin Rickless.
What? Oh, she was the girl who was in also was on Martian.
Name a bad movie she was in it.
Faces the Martians.
But I remember they had the Night of 100 Stars, and Steve Allen was the host. And he said, if a bomb fell in this building, I can't remember her name. What the hell was her name?
I'll look up the Martians. It was the one she was in the Martians. Santa versus the Martians. Who can dial it up first?
The Candyman can.
And because he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
I think we should have a section where we should have a thing that's like, what was that name? And we should have basically like a 5-minute period where we just sit around and go, what was that name?
What was her name?
We could add a game show format.
Yeah. What was that name?
Other podcasts do game show formats.
What's that name? I can't remember that name. Give me the face. I can't remember the name. Okay. All right. Let's see. Santa versus the Martians.
Got Pia Zadora?
Pia Zadora. There we go. Yes.
So Steve Allen says, if he's hosting this show, He says, if a bomb fell on this building and killed everyone in it, Pia Zadora would be famous. Which I thought was really funny until I interviewed Steve Allen. What a prick. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone have good things to say about that dude. He was around for what, 10 million years? And
I got a call from his agent. His agent did me a lot of favors, got me really great interviews with people like Carl Malden, great interviews.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sonny Barger from the Hells Angels got me in.
Nice.
And he was a great interview.
Sonny Bono for a minute there, but
no, that wouldn't be a great interview. And so, trust me. You know why they're illegal? This is what Sonny Bono actually said. You know why they're illegal aliens? Because they're illegal. Wow. Wow. Somebody get the Mensa people. Holy shit.
Hey, he had the foresight to marry Cher, all right? Now Cher, he's nothing.
Then he divorced her. And by the way, she reminds me, you'll see why in a minute, she reminds me of, what's her name? Joan Rivers. Because he died, Sonny Bono, and left her penniless, virtually penniless.
Right.
And Joan Rivers' husband had the good graces to kill himself, and he died and left her with $80. And they both died very wealthy people.
Well, Joan, I mean, she worked up until like virtually the last day.
Oh yeah, well, she had that jewelry thing.
Yeah, the TV
she had
show.
Gig book.
Anything she could do, she'd be on TV. She'd do it. I mean, oh my God, you guys are all distracted. Were you watching the baseball game or Monday Night Football?
Oh, they're both on tonight, aren't they? I hadn't thought about football.
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah, the Steelers are beating the Giants 6-3.
Oh, well, there's a barn burner. Boy.
I always think about that. Like you're a guy who, you're man. You have the the Giants. You're a coach. You're an assistant. What am I trying to say?
See, this is the show we need. Us trying to find whatever the hell we're trying to think about.
Whatever we're trying to. What
it's
the
not
hell are we
easy,
trying
all right?
And what's he? Who's it? What's it? We're all doing it. We're all doing it.
This week on Are You All Right?
You're the head coach of the New York Giants. All right. You're 2-6. Right.
Yeah.
It's 10 in the morning or 9 in the morning. You're having breakfast, and your wife says, "What time are you heading out to the stadium?" He goes, "I don't know, shit." I don't know. I mean, we're not going to win this goddamn game.
Yeah, but have you seen the look on Belichick lately? He's smiling. He's happy.
His girlfriend is 9.
His girlfriend's 24 years old, and she's reasonably well equipped. I mean, he's having the time of his life. He's like, what was I thinking? Why did I should have quit years ago. What?
But here's my question. She has
and she didn't say, "You're not a big shot anymore. I'm leaving you." So she's got that. He's got that.
She has parents, right?
Yeah.
Well, he could be her parents' parents.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I think. I think that he meets the parents, right? And then after it's over, the wife says, "I can't believe she's marrying a man that age." And the husband says, "I'll kick the shit out of you if you open your mouth again. I will beat you till you bleed to death. Now shut your fucking mouth. We can get season tickets to any goddamn game. Don't make me hit you. I swear to God, I'll clock you."
Have you seen what his net worth is? Absolutely. Oh, by the way, guys, I did see our vice president's intrepid motorcade roll through Ann Arbor today.
Oh, no.
Yeah, certainly. I haven't been this close. Well, I remember when Senator Obama rolled through in 2008 at like 3:00 in the morning. Although, to be fair to him, by 7 o'clock in the morning, he was out on the campaign trail. They literally pulled into the Sheraton just long enough, I think, to give him like a shower, 15-minute nap. And it's like, okay, Mr. Senator, back at it. And I think he was at Zingerman's for the morning rush. I mean, it's a little different when you've got a candidate. And I'm not just talking about Obama, but I mean, any of them who are like, in their 40s,
objectively speaking,
vigorous.
What is your attitude about and I use this expression very loosely, the comedian who made the jokes about Puerto Rico?
Oh, yeah. Whoever hired Tony Tony Hinchcliffe. You're familiar with his work, are you not? I mean, he's going to be who he's going to be. Yeah, you don't see Kill Tony?
He's Kill Tony, yeah.
Yeah, he's Kill Tony. He's a foul-mouthed dude, and which I like. He's edgy, and I dig it. But it's not what you hire for an event like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to corner a certain demographic, that's not your guy.
That's not your guy. You get someone who's a little
I
more.
I was talking to my son today back in Michigan, and we were talking about how he's getting depressed about his job prospects. I go, hey, just think of it this way: you don't have money in Tony Hinchcliffe's Puerto Rico tour, so nothing could be.
However, the first 1,000 people to get in get a roll of towels.
There you go.
I mean, he's one of these
which
guys,
you can throw at the racist performer, right?
Exactly.
And as someone who's, as someone who's a performer who's performed in front of dozens of people, and I'm widely hated by the trans community, although why I don't know. I've never said a bad word about them, but yet somehow or another, the reputation's gone out that I'm just because I've made it clear that I think you guys are engaging in a brutal sort of medicalized kind of action Tiergarten 4 Nazi style conversion therapy that's destroying gay youth. But other than that, as an adult, go ahead, do your thing. But yet I'm the bad guy. And I, by the way, have never said any of that on stage. Whatever. I don't know. I mean,
I think it's when
people watch this. I've actually Lisa actually watches the show.
I find, and you know what? I mean, look, she dishes as good, and if you're gonna dish, you gotta expect some pushback. And while I am a tad hyperbolic within the gay community, by the way, that is something that is discussed. That this is a form of conversion therapy, and that this is something that is being done to children who would otherwise grow up to be just gay kids. I know plenty of gay people who have an opinion similar to mine. And our attitude is, after you're 21, you knock yourself out. You want to go right ahead. Leave the fucking kids alone. Period. End of story. That's all. That's my only complaint.
I thought conversion therapy was that after you went to one of their classes, you were Jewish.
Have you ever seen some of the conversion therapies? It's the gayest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like all these
terrible.
Did you
ever see
in the woods
with Bill Maher?
Oh, Bill Maher's got the best take on it. I
mean, God!
I mean, you got a bunch of these ex-fairies, quote unquote, out there with the gay kids in the woods.
Ex-fairies, in quotes.
Yeah. It sounds like the worst team ever. But I mean, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And again, kids. We don't allow kids to get tattoos, to sign long-term contracts. We certainly don't hold them accountable for the contracts they sign for student loans, and we shouldn't. But yet we're going to pump them up full of stuff and drugs and surgeries and whatnot. Oh my God, no, absolutely not. No,
I agree.
After you're 21,
and I'll tell you something else. The guy who I've just seen, who's from Texas, who says, if you take these children and you try to convert them, I want him to bring on, and I want to see it. I do. I want him to bring on the guy who told him that this happened in his neighborhood. Because if he can't, then he's just being fed script. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, right. But I want someone who's actually lived through this horror show.
Well, I've been, in and around gay people most of my life. This is not new to me. People who have different sorts of gender confusion, gender identities, drag queens, versus, I mean, drag queens differ from someone who's trans. I understand that. One is sort of a burlesque. The other one is someone who's firmly convinced they are, a different sex. Okay,
Right.
Those are two different things. I mean, when you're up there doing your show as Anita Mann, Safanda Peters, or one of the other great drag queen names, that's one thing. But off duty, they take their makeup off, they dress up as whoever they are, and you understand that it's a gag, it's a put on, as opposed to someone who's going and getting shots and other things because they genuinely believe I'm not in the right body, which has got to be a horror show for a human being.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
How terrible. I couldn't agree more. But yet the rage that these people respond with is well beyond anything that if you question me in the slightest fashion, then you're the worst form of human being to come along since, I don't know, John Wayne is the Conqueror. I mean,
I did a show one time with, well, I did a radio show with Armstrong Williams, who most people think is gay, although never been married. He's in his 50s. We did a show. We did a tour one time of Israel, working for APAC, and he brought with him a young man. I don't know, 22 years old. They shared a room. I don't judge.
Yeah, but he's not gay. No, right, whatever.
No, he's not gay. He's on the waiting list, but he's not, he's been waitlisted. But that's
he's on the Peter Popper parade. Yeah.
And so at that time, this is like 9-10 years ago, the big movie was Brokeback Mountain.
Yes.
And I said something to him, which I didn't think I'd get the reaction I did. I said, I thought this is the best love story of any movie I've seen all year.
Yeah.
And you would have thought I had said, you know something, just because you blow a guy doesn't make you gay. I mean,
Killing puppies. I'm in favor
absolutely went nuts that when I said it was a great romantic movie. You would have thought I had said, so what, rape schmape. It was unbelievable, his attitude. I mean, you want to hide the fact you're gay, that's on you. But if I make a blanket statement like I thought it was a great love story, and everyone in the free world thinks it's a great love story, the two guys happen to be guys, I don't understand. I just don't understand that, if you keep yelling enough about it.
Back when I was a chauffeur, I got to drive Michelle Williams. She played the wife in that movie. And,
she's great.
Yeah, she is. I got to drive her. And you're normally not allowed to speak to these people, but I took 10 seconds out to say, listen, just want you to know I'm a middle-aged gay man, and that movie meant an awful lot to me. And she was very, very nice about it. She said, thank you very much. I mean,
you know what I loved about that movie?
It was a great movie.
The best line in that movie, for me, was at the very end when Heath Ledger said, Jack, I swear. I'm getting goosebumps now. Remember when he held his shirt to his face?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said, Jack, I swear. And that's all he said.
Yeah.
And Jake Gyllenhaal was phenomenal in that movie.
Yes, he was. Ang Lee was a great director of that film.
And what's her name? Hathaway, whose father had Gyllenhaal killed.
Yeah. Annie Hath, God, she's so good at everything she does. My God, she's got that Faye Dunaway thing. You can't take your eyes off her when she's on screen.
Don't understand why people don't like her. I think she's phenomenal.
You're kidding? How can you not like her?
I mean, did they see Les Miserables? I mean, my God, she was phenomenal.
She had to go head to head with Streep in The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Anybody else? And Stanley Tucci.
Great show. That was a great show.
Both of them.
The best lines in that movie were when Meryl Streep talked about stuff.
Yes.
I gotta say goodbye to the people.
Yep.
Stick around, you guys. We'll talk afterwards. I gotta say goodbye to the live people, though. We're going off of YouTube now.
No one likes them.
9 o'clock.
I mean, bye.
9 o'clock Eastern time. It's only 6 o'clock. Hey, we'll see everybody next week at 8 o'clock. There's a bunch of old hacks talking about things we like to talk about. We'll be back
Later,
next Monday
losers.
night, 8 o'clock, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
We're going to
What
talk
was her
about you
name?
now that we're
What
gone.
was her name? I know it. It's the back of my head. What was her name? I don't know.
I don't know.